see what they can see first. Okay.
Right?
Hold on. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Alright, give me a second.
It's a little whack-ass because I don't have a game capture and technically it can't capture Discord, but that's alright. I will work on that while you do this.
You what? Sorry.
I'm gonna work on something.
Okay.
You can go ahead, though.
Okay. Alright. So, because we didn't talk about this live yet, I'm going to do like a breakdown uh, um, of the team compositions. So, completely ignoring what the enemy team is playing, you have a decent composition. It needs some major changes, but in terms of like knowing that you should be playing dive on this map on attack, this is really good. Um, also, dive counters um, uh, poke or spam or whatever, right? Bunker. So, whatever you want to call this, your comp would normally counter it. Um, Widow, Reaper. First thing I'm going to say makes me so fucking angry every single fucking time I see it. Reaper is not dive in any capacity. Reaper is not fucking dive. Anybody who tells you Reaper is dive is a fucking moron. Reaper's not dive. Widow is not dive. Do not play Widow in dive, except for certain situations. This map would be okay if they weren't running double shield. At least first point, like the first fight, you could run Widow. But I'll talk about that. Moira. Moira is okay on dive, but there's better options. Specifically, Ana being the one hero that you should be playing. Neffy, I think you told me that the supports were like splitting uh, main and flex support, right? Like the Lucio player
Uh,
was playing Ana at one point on one map,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So so the whole idea is when you're trying to play in a competitive environment, um, you should be picking a role and sticking to it. Sure, you picked support and you are sticking to it. You don't see a main tank player going and playing off tank just off of a whim. You don't see a Rhine player playing Diva and having the off tank player play Winston. That's not the way that works, because then you have an issue where you can't play Rhine Diva because people aren't like practiced on both of those heroes, right? Um, you have let me change this actually so you can see my mouse. Um, all right. So, you want to make sure that you have a main support, which is your Lucio in this case, and you have a flex support, which is your Moira in this case. Moira does more healing. That doesn't make her the main support. Lucio is your main support. So, um, your Moira is going to have to play really fast to keep up and pretty much fade off cooldown, which gives her no escapability. So this is a very frantic pick. Um, so what? Okay. Um, when you are looking, I think there's somebody there. I think there's somebody. Yeah, I think the Reaper's looking. Is that right?
It's the
Yeah.
Moira.
So your
Yeah, it's
Reaper's
the
looking
Reaper.
out of the window. Um, your Widow's probably going out the bottom right, which is fine. That's okay. I mean, if you're playing Widow on this map, then you're going out the bottom right anyways. Um, uh, so your Reaper is trying to peek to look for their team composition, or at least some like reference to what they have. So, for example, if you see an Ana, then at least in like higher elo games, they're most likely going to be running dive, right? which dive on defense does work sometimes. But if they're running like a BAP, then they're either running brawl or bunker or whatever, right? So you're looking for these for like even like a hero, right? Like for example, if they're running Reaper, they aren't running dive, right? Um,
I
so
mean, it could be 6 men. 6 men is
it,
dive brawl.
it could be 6 man, but 6 man is played like brawl. That's
Yeah,
the difference,
yeah.
right? Whereas dive is like um,
It's technically just a more divier brawl.
yes. The the thing about this is the mentality going into this, and I know this because it's a low elo game. The mentality of your team going into this is we are playing dive with Widow, right? They don't understand the intricacy of 6 man. This is 6 man. They don't understand the intricacy of 6 man. So if you're going to run compositions like this, um, then you need to be looking for um, uh, like the right maps to do it on and stuff like that, right? Like this is not the map to run 6 man.
Like Lijiang is one of the maps
Like
for this.
Lijiang is good for 6 man. Exactly, right. So specifically this part of the map is not good for 6 man.
Maybe
This
second point, but definitely not third or first.
third it could be used, but honestly Brawl is just better on third. Um Yeah, you running, you trying to force a composition, and I don't know what your players play besides what I'm seeing currently. But what I'm seeing is that you guys are trying to force dive with a Reaper, and that makes me angry. I know that you don't know any better, but that makes me angry. Um,
He's talking to you guys, not me. I know better.
um, the Widow player. So we talked about this a little bit. Your Reaper is calling. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I can't see anybody. Whatever. You have no information going into this, and because you have no information going into this, because you don't see their composition, uh, one of two things is happening. Either they're trying to hide their composition so that you roll out on something that they counter, potentially, and they can win first fight really easily and get extra time. The second thing that's happening, which is most common, is that they are playing double shield because on this map you do not play double shield up close up here. You don't play it on the ground. You don't play it wherever else. They have a decent setup for double shield. If you are playing Widow against double shield, you are shooting nothing. You are literally just shoving bullets into a fucking wall. You aren't hitting anything. And the fact that you gotta kill this first fight blows my mind. Because that's such a misplay on on their part. No matter whether it was a good shot or not, that isn't it's not good on you for killing them. It's bad on them for dying to something as dumb as that. Because sure, you are moving cart, whatever, that's fine. That's all you can do in that situation because they're running double shield and you need to switch after you lose the next fight that you lose. But the fact that he died to you in the way that he did is fucking horrifying. So so we're going to watch you guys try and come up over here to the right, to the top. Um, so your Widow is just going to go straight through. That's good for what just happened, right? This is good. The Reaper had to TP, whatever, like TP to get in, Wraith to get out, whatever. This is decent. This is a decent brawl. The issue that I have is that you're coming around a corner, and your Winston may have like seen what they had, but you didn't have the amount of time to communicate what they had and how you're going to deal with it. You basically said we're going up here, and we're forcing a fight with whatever we see, which is never a good idea because you forcing this angle, you will not be able to take this angle. They have a pocketed Pharah. This far is just going to spam through no matter what, unless you leave really fast. And you get rocked here. So I think you have to like just stay and take a shitload of damage for no reason. They have BAP, which is high damage. Um, they have Orisa shooting at nothing pretty much. They're down one, but that doesn't mean that they have no threat, right? You can. This is still a losable fight, and um, this you going back instead of. I mean, I guess you're moving cart. Either way, no matter how you look at it, this isn't a bad decision to switch, but it is the worst possible time to switch. Your team is in the middle of a fight. You shouldn't have come out on Widowmaker in this situation at all. But the fact that you did means that you have to stay on it until the first fight is won or lost. You don't just get to leave, right? Because you got a pick, which means that you're up by one. And then you left and you went back into your spawn, and now it's even, right? You gave them an even fight for free. So
And
when you're in a fight,
the thing about Widow is you can put pressure on certain places that other people can't.
even if you don't land a shot, right? You can pressure an angle. And to be fair, you're playing against double shield, so you're not going to get very good angles. But even if you don't get a kill, you are covering angles that they can't go into. You could have grappled up, you could have pressured out the BAP or even killed him. You could have done a lot of things. You could have tried to headshot the Pharah or the Mercy, or if you're not comfortable, then you could have forced them out of the position that they're in. You could have done a lot of things with Widow here. Wasn't a good pick, but you shouldn't have left. Bottom line, this is a shit decision, and there's no other way to put it. You don't need to peek there. You're not getting more alt charge than that BAP. That BAP will out rotate your alt charge and just have more in that trade. You're not close enough. This is actually one of the things that we were talking about before you started streaming. So this is a big thing.
You got forward a
ONX,
little bit.
huh?
You went back way too far.
I know. I'll push it forward. ONX, I don't want to
Onyx.
pick on you. Huh?
It's Onyx.
Onyx. Okay. Onyx, I don't want to pick on you super hard.
Or you can just call him David.
That's fine too. It doesn't matter. So I see that you started. Onyx, I don't want to pick on you super hard, but I am going to tell you what you're doing wrong. This has been very specifically focused on you and your pick, but I'm going to give you something here. So when you rounded that first corner, when you switched to Echo, which is a decent swap, honestly, it's a decent swap against what they have. Does a lot of damage to shields. You can take the far out. You can pressure people really easily. You don't even need to get kills as Echo in this matchup in order to get value. You can literally just pressure people really hard until they just cannot be where they want to be anymore, and you just win fights by default by doing that. You can chill really hard on Echo here. When you rounded that first corner, you saw something outlined in red and you shot at it. Fine, you're getting extra value, whatever. The most important thing to me, when I see that, is if I ask you, and I'll actually rewind it a little bit. When I ask you who you are shooting at, I guarantee you cannot tell me who you're shooting at. Let me get it to where it's going to be right here. So this is fine. This is good. Shoot the turret first. Amazing. Whatever. You should always be destroying the turret first. You know that. Everybody knows that.
Especially as Echo, because you can see it better.
Huh?
Especially as Echo, you should be the first one shooting at it, because you can see it better than anyone else.
And it also can pressure you really easily, and if you don't destroy it, then it can either kill you or force you to take like the safer positioning and like get less value. But yeah, technically, it's your Lucio's job. But if you see it and you have easier access to it, then you destroy it, and your Lucio doesn't have to fucking worry about it. As a Lucio player, I know how frustrating turrets are, and I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to have to be the one to destroy them. But Sora, if you are playing Lucio, it is your job to destroy those. That is your priority. To always destroy the turrets first. Um, and in a team environment, most of the time your team will all be shooting at it, so it doesn't really matter. But specifically in like ranked games and stuff. But either way, Sora, your mind should always be focused when you are playing Lucio on the turrets, no matter what. Um, Back to Onyx. When you're shooting here, if I asked you um, who you are shooting at, you would not be able to tell me. You see the Sigma shield, whatever. I'm sure you know there's a Sigma up there. I mean, but ultimately, your brain isn't thinking, there's a Sigma, let me shoot at it. You are thinking, oh, things, shoot, go. That's all you're thinking. So, um, so you go up, and when you go up, I think Nephew you said something about it, um, but you should. They have a BAP like right fucking there, and if that BAP is smart, he can literally just like 2 or 3 burst you, and you're like dead pretty much instantly. So don't like don't try and ego someone unless you're trying to duel the BAP, which is not necessarily the best course of action for you. Um, but unless you're trying to duel the BAP, don't like give him the ability to like fuck you up super hard in this kind of like open way. You can peek like in and out or whatever, but don't just give him full access to your fucking head like all the time. There's that, and it took you way too fucking long to like pick out the Pharah and go for her like in general. You were shooting at this Sigma for like fucking forever for no reason. I mean, you get extra ult charge, but um, you pressuring this Pharah, like even though you haven't killed her yet, the fact that she's more focused on not dying from you than she is on killing your team is so much more important. So, you taking a duel here, you should be doing this every single fucking time. If you lose it, keep taking it because that player is better than you and you play against better players and you will get better, you will improve, and you'll start to beat them. Take this every fucking time. If she's pocketed, kill the Mercy first. Take this, ego this every time. You will improve. Your aim could be better. You should be playing some Osu or something. Um, okay. So this fight has gone on really slow. You still haven't killed the Pharah. Your team comp is the fattest mixture of I don't fucking know what's going on I have ever seen. Um,
That's what I said.
yeah, this is not okay. Their composition is so much better than yours. In in practice, the fact that you're running dive, you should have run these fuckers over 1,000,000 times. You should have run these fuckers over from the very beginning. And this is not like a micro thing. This is a macro thing. You as a team and as having the team comp that you do, you are your team comp is terrible. It's fucking garbage.
Hold on, Logan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
um. Okay. So your team composition needs to change. You should be running Ana here every single time. Ana, Lucio, or what's better is Ana Brig. If you don't know how to play Brig, learn how to play Brig. If you're playing main support, if you're playing Lucio and you are committing to main support, you should know how to play Brig. You should know how to play Mercy. Um, okay. Um, Honestly, as a lot of people are going to disagree with me when I say this, but I honestly believe that both main supports and flex supports should both know how to play Zen. Not super well. I mean, you should know pretty well, but um, all supports should know how to play Zen, um, because sometimes you run like Zen Brig or whatever, right? Um, you wouldn't, but there are teams that end up running like that and double bubble and stuff like that. Um, you could be running Genji here. The Echo's good. Echo's fine here. You could be running. You could even be running Merciana. Your Mercy would be very frantic, but if you could play Mercy and you would be comfortable with it, then you could probably play Mercy with it. Genji's good here. I mean, pretty much any dive is fine. Tracer's good. Doomfist is in a bad spot currently, but Doom would be fine if you're good at Doom. Any kind of dive would be perfectly fine here. Anything to support your front line when they go in. And I'm not even going to worry about diva play here actually at all. That's more of like a micro thing. Um, let's do a alt charge check. So what's the even here? So Calm Onyx, we're going to ignore the 20%. He's still ahead of you, but we're going to ignore that amount because you switched late. This is fine. This is even. You want to be having more alt charge. This is you alted, I think, so you're actually ahead. Um, I don't think that you've gotten bomb yet, but I could be wrong. If you haven't gotten bomb yet, then you're throwing. Um, Supports, good alt charge. I don't think you used Moira alt yet. If you haven't used Moira alt yet, Moira alt you should have within the first 20 to 30 seconds of the game. Moira, Co is literally a cooldown. Um, if you don't have Co before everybody else has their ultimates, unless something fucking crazy happens, um, you're throwing as well. So if you haven't bombed yet, you're throwing, and if you haven't code yet, then you are also throwing. Um, good on beat, and you already ulted, so you're good. This is okay. I still feel like Reaper, not with this composition, I guess, but Reaper, like as a flat line, should normally have more alt charge. But in this composition, in this matchup, I I'm actually somewhat impressed that you have the amount of alt charge that you do. Um, uh, okay, so they're about to have flux, and you're about to have beat. So you have beat. You should always be asking yourself what ultimates do they have, and if that's a bad beat, unless you know that he doesn't have flux and you're aggressive beating to try to kill him before he gets it, this is a bad beat. You're on speed, which is good. Um, They take no damage because they have BAP. Um, so this is the reason why that's a bad beat. You took a gamble. If it worked, it would have been fine. But because it didn't, it was trash. Um, and that's just the nature of the game. You probably shouldn't have should have taken the safer option. When you beat it, I don't think anybody was really that low. Um, so basically, you just beat it, and then all of the HP that you got from beat just like dwindled down, and nobody on the enemy team died. You got no advantage from that, and you didn't put anybody on their team at a disadvantage or like cancel anything out. So they get a free fight here now because you have no ultimates to follow up on theirs, and they're all coming up on theirs. They just used Flux. Um, uh, they're probably going to use Farah ult when she gets it, depending on how long the fight lasts. But uh, you're all most likely dead within the next 5 to 10 seconds,
You're
five to
dead.
seven seconds.
Also, when you beat it there, you should have just
You're
said
dead.
push. You guys didn't really go aggressive.
Bad aim. Bad aim. Bad aim. Yeah. Yeah, if this guy had better aim, then you guys would all be dead. Like, so much faster. I don't know why he stopped shooting at your diva. That's really stupid, actually. Um, if you win this, I'll be blown away.
I don't think they do.
Okay. All right. Okay. I that almost scared me for a second, man. I'm not gonna lie. That honest to God almost scared me. Oh man, I was scared that they were going to win. I honestly was scared that your team was going to win that.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because I saw that they were sustaining. But I was afraid that they were going to win that because that like that would just like reinforce like bad
I just want to say,
behavior.
look at our Lucio's ult charge.
Oh no, I see it. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
look at Flux Salt Church though too, right?
Yeah.
The
It
problem,
would be at 80 if he had better fucking.
if he had better aim, yeah, he could be at 90. He could get it before you had beat. Um, Lucio's good. Your Lucio's good. Honestly, as far as what I'm seeing, um, besides a little bit of like damage minimization on like your part as a Lucio player, Sora. Besides that, you are actually carrying, and the fact that your diva player is getting lapped and alt charged by pretty much everyone and their mother is really concerning. Um,
He is also a controller player.
what?
He is also a controller player. Just had to point that out.
Ooh, yeah, that's why. What?
He really said that's why.
That is why. I mean, that's the reason. I mean, like you can still be better and like play on controller. It's possible, but like, oh man, please plug in a keyboard and mouse. Get a fucking hack client or something. Fucking jailbreak your PlayStation or something, please.
Yeah, keyboard and mouse is so much better. I mean, don't do it for the tourney because we're in a tourney right now. But like when we have free time and we're not doing anything, just like practice with a keyboard and mouse.
Actually, though, like 100% practice with a keyboard and mouse. Um, and
If it's possible.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's like aim trainers and stuff that you can do. Like you don't even need to play Overwatch on keyboard and mouse to practice keyboard and mouse. Literally just use it. I transitioned from controller like a couple years ago, and I've like I entirely transitioned in like a matter of like a month and a half, easily. I mean, sure, I had to refine some stuff and like gain some like mechanical stuff back, that I had on controller that I didn't on keyboard and mouse. But overall, super fucking easy. Just do it, and you will be so much better off in the long run. This is fine. This is fine. Bad aim. Bad aim. That's a good pull. It didn't get anything, but that was a pretty fucking thick pull.
He was a thick boy.
They're just trying to poke.
He's a thicky boy.
So so you have beat. You have pretty much every ultimate. Um, let's see how many you use.
He used 5.
Okay, that's the first one. So you're going to get Bongo out of this. Onyx. I didn't even notice this. Onyx. When you ult, for pretty much every hero that you play, when you ult, you should always know where is your team, where is the enemy team. Are my team walking forwards? Is my team walking backwards? What's the enemy team doing? Here, you went up. You, I don't know if you're on keyboard and mouse. You spun your mouse around, and you press Q.
Yeah, he's on keyboard and mouse.
Okay. Your diva is not there. Your team has no idea what you're trying to do. You somehow made your team comp even worse. That's a joke. Don't worry about that. You should probably be copying the Sigma though.
Yeah, Sigma's
Um,
always a better copy.
yeah.
Or even their
Uh,
Pharah, or even their Torb.
you probably shouldn't be initializing with copy. You should probably be initializing with the base dive, which is your tanks going in, and then you should be doing like exactly what you're doing pretty much. Um, your timing is really bad here. I want to see you know what's going on before you make decisions. You'll start to make decisions really slowly, but sooner or later it will become second nature, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. This is a bad decision. If you get away with it, so help me fucking God, please. Okay? So,
Another thing that I noticed with Onyx is that he always gets, as he like to say, excited, and he jumps off of high ground when he shouldn't with when he ults. So
what
like
I was about to say. Yeah.
you'll see with a couple of like soldier ults that he does. I think one's on Hollywood that he plays. He does nano visor and he just jumps into the enemy team, and he quite literally goes down to 3 HP, but his team is just better and saves him. And uh, just when you do that, just try to not get off high ground because you will succeed so much more.
And like the thing that I don't understand about you, like especially about you dropping here, is like why you can already see over their shield. Why would you put yourself in front of their shield? You're already at an off angle for it. You can already shoot behind their shield. You don't need to drop. Like you dropped to shoot their shield instead of get the Orisa ult and just like push forward off of it. Like it was already bad timing. It was already a bad decision to copy when you did and to copy Orisa when you did. Whatever. You can copy Orisa. Doesn't matter. Whatever. You copied Orisa. Bad timing. You dropped the high ground, which was a terrible idea, especially given that you have no help. Your team is nowhere to be found. I honestly can't even see them. Like they're all over to the right.
So
Um,
another thing
so
before,
you're
yeah, they
soloing
beat it.
6 people.
They beat it. I
They
just
beat it. So again, Sora, you beat. Your team is full HP. If Onyx dies in copy, he does not die for real, right? He dies for fake. So, here's the
He
thing.
dies for fake.
You are going to beat, and their Sigma, no matter how bad his aim is going to look at that and say, hey, they have no defensive ultimate. I'm going to use my ultimate and kill 6 again. So, you used your beat. You got no value out of beat, guaranteed. Unless you get a kill here for some reason. So, he gets an ult for free. I don't know what he's ulting. Oh, he's ulting your Moira?
No one.
He got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a moron. Ignore that completely. That was a bad beat. You basically baited his flux with your beat, which is like the worst possible thing that you can do with beat. It's like trying to bait a grab with beat. It's like, oh, they used grab, I get a free, or they used
Yeah,
beat, I get a free
I think
grab.
they literally use every ult except Monkey ult here.
Ape.
Ape ult, sorry, my bad.
So arithmetic. Um, you get your ultimate at the speed of smell, but at least you know how to use it. Um, you use 2 support ultimates this fight, 1 DPS ultimate, and 1 tank ultimate already, and you still have not won the fight. There is something wrong here. They have used Flux, which was useless because it didn't do anything, and they have used Bongo, which is somehow not dead yet, and they are still full HP. There's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong with your comms. You need to sit down and you need to be paying attention to each other. Stop egoing. This isn't a comp game.
That's
You
exactly
play
what I told him.
together and you stop egoing each other. Whoever's the shot caller on your team needs to be shot calling entirely. At least until you understand how to listen to each other. Because what's happening here isn't a mechanics issue. Your mechanics are probably not great. That doesn't mean anything. The issue that you're having is communication and not listening to each other. And even if it's not listening to each other, talk to each other. Because your team can't read your mind. This is really frustrating because I know the comms here. I know how chaotic these comms are, and it's super frustrating to watch a team below 5 ultimates or 6 ultimates or 4 ultimates on one fight and get no value out of it and then win it off of a whim. This is a problem. You have to make sure that you are listening to each other, and if you're trying to listen and nobody's talking, then start talking. If you're dead, start saying how many players you have alive versus how many players they have alive. If you are dead and they lose 2 and you lose an extra 1 or whatever, say 4v4, right? Or if they lose both their supports, no supports. They have no healing. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be talking to each other. It doesn't matter if you're talking over each other because your mind, as much as Neffy and a lot of people would hate to admit it, your mind will pick out the things that sound most important to you and you will listen and react to those things. So if your team is, if your main shot caller, like let's say your Winston is saying the target that he's on, if your Winston's saying the target that he's on and your Lucio says, Farah coming around to ult us, then your team will shimmy their way into a position where they can kill the Farah either when or before she ults while being on the target that the Winston is on. there are so many different things that you can do that you are not doing because you are not paying attention to each other. It is not a 1v1 v1 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 12. It is a 6v6 game. Play as a team or do not play at all.
Damn. This is the type of shit you used to do to me.
What?
This is the type of shit that Dez and you used to do to me.
Yeah.
Except you didn't VOD me. He did.
Yeah, I didn't play you.
You just told me what not to do.
Yeah.
Because I was
In our
stupid.
fucking ranked games.
I think you mean in our old
Hey,
scrims.
hey, don't do that. Neffy dies instantaneously. Hey,
Oh
at
fuck,
least you
dude.
won the fight.
With one ult left.
Okay. Whatever. I ranted about that. That's fine. Honestly, as a Lucio player, I prefer to shot call. Lucio sees everything.
I'd say the monkey or the diva sees everything because they fly everywhere. Oh, but only
Um,
only in this
you
composition.
you have to keep in mind when the Winston jumps in, he only knows where people were when he jumped in.
Yeah,
He doesn't know where they are currently.
I guess that is true.
Lucio is constantly on walls, the thing about Lucio is the reason why he gains so much information is because he's constantly looking to help whoever needs it the most, right? He's not looking to stay on someone with the Winston. He's not looking to help like speed the Winston in or whatever. As a Lucio player, you are looking to help the person who needs it the most. If your Moira is getting dove, you back up and you help your Moira. That's the reason why Lucio is the best shot caller because he sees everything and he can pick out the things that are most important and dictate fights based off of that alone, which is why I like playing Lucio because you can pretty much hard carry if you have good comms and people listen to you. And you don't actually have to do anything. You basically just tell everybody else what to do.
I think it was right here. I told him to primal to literally just to get that Ryan out of there and kill that
What?
Ryan and win the fight.
What?
I told Biggie Cheese right here to ult when he dropped behind the Ryan, just to get that Ryan into their team so that they could kill him and that they can win the fight.
So I don't disagree with that. The thing that I have the biggest issue with what you just said is you need to dry fight here first.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You need to dry fire here first.
Yeah,
You
that's
used
yeah.
5 ultimates.
I'd do
You should
that
not be
first.
using anything. Yeah. Any ultimate here is a waste. Especially since the
Then
fire
again,
can
I
literally
also
just
didn't
rescue.
notice that they used all five until I
Yeah.
reviewed it after the whole VOD session was over. Because I reviewed it again after I told them what to do and what not to do last night.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to do this and go into more depth.
Yeah.
So I'm not very good at
Do
going into
you
depth.
do you have a coach currently?
Me?
No. Does this team have a coach currently?
No, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Hit me up for VOD reviews. I'll give your entire team a VOD review in VC.
Alright. I don't think you can join our ND server, but I can invite
I
them
don't
here.
need to. Yeah, you can make a group chat or you can invite them here. I'll even make them a little fucking special voice chat or whatever if they want.
Alright.
Um, it doesn't really make a difference,
Well,
but
they'll hear this tonight when we have practice at 6.
all right. Yeah, I disagree with the alt thing there, but only because you guys fucking did some stupid shit.
Yeah, the only reason I said that is because, like, normally you'd have 2 or 3 ults to fight with.
Yeah, normally you would have like 2 or 3 at a time to like brawl with. Yeah. This is good.
Because, like, think
This
about
is
it.
good.
You primal your monkey into the team.
Yeah.
They kill him. You go primal someone else while your team focuses someone else.
Yeah. I mean, here it's a gamble. Like, here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm saying in,
okay.
like, different situations. Right here, it is a gamble if you do it.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like it.
realize at the time that they only had one ult. or I wouldn't have said it.
Well, it's not even just the fact that they only have one ult. It's the fact that they have one ult and they're nowhere close to anything else, right? They
Except for
can't
maybe like beat.
chain. Well, no, they weren't. They weren't even close to beat when you said the ult.
Oh
The
yeah,
thing
I
is,
fucking just looked, bruh.
yeah. See, the thing is like you have nothing to chain, right? Um, you can do a lot of damage if your Winston can juggle someone into your team, but if they're juggling somebody into your team and that person dies, and then they go and try and juggle somebody else, then like the Winston's probably already half HP, which is just going to happen. Um, and then when they go to juggle somebody else, they either die or you don't have anything to follow up on it. You don't have Beat to save the Winston from being a dumbass. You don't have Co to save the Winston from being a dumbass. You don't have Bomb to push people away from like trying to do extra damage to your Winston. You don't have your Reaper to brawl with your to try and run in and brawl with your Winston or take pressure off. You don't have anything. You have no ultimates here. You have Primal, but you don't have the ability to use Primal, right? You have nothing to chain here, especially considering the fact that they have ults and they just use both of them, which is good for you because now you can chain ults next fight. Also, arithmetic, I do see that you now have 40 ult charge, so that's good. It's good that you're keeping up a little bit more now.
That is what I also complimented him on. His
Yeah,
reaction time to DM the fire barrage.
yeah.
That was
I mean
sick.
that, yeah, that's good. It should also, it wouldn't be something that I would personally say, oh, that's a good thing because that's just something that you should be doing anyways. But if you aren't, if you don't normally do it and you just like started doing it, good on you, right? It's something that you should always be doing though. Also, um, arithmetic, you should be playing. Um, Actually, let me wait till I see your POV before I say anything about that. Um. Okay. Fine. That's fine. Yeah, you don't have anything here. This is if this turns into something, then you win. Like bottom line, you win. If this turns into something, your Winston needs to primal immediately, and you need to win the fight. That's good. Your Winston should have primaled already. Your Winston should have primaled already. You beat it. You didn't need to beat.
Yeah,
You needed to
that's
primal.
another thing that I find with him. He beats off like right when he gets it.
I mean, this is a better beat than the other beats.
Well, yeah, it's a better
This
beat,
is
but he
this is a fight winning beat, but it wasn't a necessary fight winning beat. You could have used primal and gotten the same use. Beat is way more important than primal is in a team oriented setting. You should be saving beat for if your team gets shattered and you don't, or if you're waiting for grav or something of the sort, or if you're trying to counter beat, which is common enough in high elo, but probably not down here. Um. Okay. So they beat after your beat, which means that in terms of, I mean, you know what is a stabilization beat, whatever. We'll say it was good and move on. That's. I'm not okay with it, but it's better than the other beats, so I'll take it. Um, that's fucking huge, and unfortunately, um, unless you're playing Rhine or Sigma against another Reinhardt or Zarya, sometimes you're getting shattered every single time. So This is
What pissed me
unfortunate.
off is that he jumped when he shattered.
Just don't tell me that. Um, the good thing that you guys can take out of this is that you have better alt economy. They just use shatter. They just use beat. They don't have anything. They'll get Mercy's ult first. They'll get Valk first. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That shatter was not that impressive. That shatter was as fat as it was because you guys didn't have something to block it. Like, and that's honestly, honest to God, that is not any of your fault. You just didn't have anything to block it, right? Winston can block it, but like blocking a Ryan shatter with Winston is like really difficult sometimes. So we don't knock anybody for like not being able to block with Winston, but um, this reaction to that play is not. It's kind of vamped up because it's not really like that shatter was gonna happen. It's not like this. There's nothing that any of you could have done other than like switch, which honestly you probably should have done a while ago, anyways. But um, we already talked about your composition. You shouldn't even be playing dive against this. They've actually got really good comps. The enemy team has really good compositions. I don't like the Mercy Lucio, but um, I don't know why they switched off BAP. They switched from BAP to Mercy. I think Azul was the other Lucio player. I think at the beginning.
Azul's just really bad. Like
I
no,
don't even
like no,
know.
like honestly, Azul. He swapped to tank second round, which is first of all illegal. You cannot
Yeah,
switch.
you can't do that. Um, I'm not even. I don't even need to know your like specific rules to know that that's against the rules. Just in any league you play, that's against the rules. Um,
Especially in an international high school thing, that's really against the rules.
yeah. Um,
Like even if the people say that you can, it's still illegal,
mhm.
and you shouldn't do it. But you know, it's whatever.
Basically, what you need to take away from this is, wait a second. You used your ultimates. You motherfuckers. They used alts. And if you had just died and reset, or just left and reset, or stabilized and reset, then you could have come in and killed them again, and you would have won the next fight definitively, and it would have been fine.
I'll be back.
Now, okay. Now what you have to worry about is Reaper ult. Grav is coming up. You don't have beat for it. Um, you the Mercy's going to ult maybe. Um, you have a lot to worry about this next fight, and you lose this one. So you waste two ults doing nothing basically. So I don't know why you're hard shielding. Hello? Why are you in the shield? What's going on? Why is this fight not over? Okay. Alright, that's fine. Nice. And he gets a second shatter in the same fight. And you didn't think that you should have backed up. Alright. This is a okay. Um this is a roller coaster of emotions. Um you're now winning the alt economy. Except if they get grav, then if you guys get grav, then you're kind of fucking screwed. Um, yeah, it doesn't matter what you use. If they grav you, then that's it. Um, good swap. This is honestly, this is a good composition. Still would have switched this Moira, but this is a good composition. This is honestly, this is a really, really good composition to run against double shield. If they were running double shield, maybe switch a little bit about the DPS, but like honestly, this is a pretty good comp. I'm happy with this. You need to pace really weirdly though. So you're the whole point of this composition is to have your Sombra play high ground or wherever, and either hack out Shield or hack out Zarya because Zarya has Grav, and basically say your Sombra would say Rhine hacked or something of the sort. Rhine no shield, Rhine hacked, that sort of thing. Normally you would say like Rhine marked, or you would say Rhine mark, or like Rhine hack or whatever, or Zarya hack, Mercy hack, whatever. Lucia's okay hack target. Here I would hack the Zarya when the Zarya starts to move up. And then once you say Zarya hack, then your Lucio would speed your team in, and you would collapse on the Zarya as fast as humanly possible, and that Zarya would get permanently run over. Because right now, your only goal is getting this cart to the next spot. So you getting grabbed here is really bad, because unless you lose this fight really fast, you won't get another one. So this is your last fight, and I know that because I know how low Elo is. This is your last fight. So you have a couple of options. Your first one being if you know that they have Grav, you try to eat it. Your second option is to farm beat and then beat the Grav, but knowing from what I saw earlier, you are not going to beat the Grav. You're going to beat, and then they're going to Grav. So, let's see. If they don't Grav before you get beat. So, looks like you're going to get Grav. That's actually useful. If that breaks their Rhine shield, then your Lucio gets beat that much faster. Your Lucio has really good aim as well, by the way. Good. Their Zarya's dead, so you actually win this fight. You got lucky. Good target priority. A little bit wonky on the fire strike. Take your time. Ryan feels fast paced, but if you play him like nice and slow and methodical, and like you can match aggression. What the fuck? You can like pace and like match aggression without playing frantic, right? You can think about what you're doing and respond and kind of like pace with the way that other people are playing, and especially in the Rhine v Rhine matchup, you don't just want to balls to the wall every fight. You want to be playing to counter the other Rhine's moves. You don't see anything else on the map. You see you and the other Reinhardt, and the resources that you get and the resources that the other Rhine gets. If you get more resources, you can walk on him as long as you aren't like significantly like worse than he is, and vice versa. You should be paying attention to that. And you seem very frantic and maybe hopped up on a shitload of caffeine. So maybe cool it on the amount of caffeine. Caffeine is fine, but cool it on the amount of caffeine, or eat something, or get enough sleep. Something is going on here. You should not be shaking when you're swinging your hammer. It's also not that serious. It's only one match. I know that it adds up, and I know that you want to win like really badly, but that's big. That guy throws. Oh no, never mind. He just spawned there. He was trying to run off. Never mind. He was trying to reset. You have to force a fight here. Big, big fucking hack. That is the fattest shit I've seen you do this game, Onyx. That hack alone should win you this fight like immediately. Unless this area like runs out fast and gets taxied and grabs like right out of spawn. But that was a fat hack. Honestly, that was a really good hack. Why? 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 Why are you wasting beat every time? Stop. Also, Onyx, don't EMP until they beat. You should always EMP to cancel out beat. Um, fuck, man. Okay. Which one do I want to do first? Onyx. You and Skyfinity are playing rock, paper, scissors, but it's only rock and scissors. And one of you is rock and one of you is scissors, but neither of you knows which one is rock and which one is scissors. Whoever ults first loses. Now, Skyfinity is a moron because he got EMP'd. If you're playing Lucio and you have beat and you're playing against a Sombra and you get EMP'd, you are throwing and you're a moron in that order. That was a bad EMP only because of that. It may have still won you the fight, but if you should never be EMP. You guys need to track ultimates. I don't know whose job it is to track ultimates, but one of you motherfuckers needs to start doing it. Sora, they have Grav. Do not be afraid to hold beat for Grav. Do not be afraid to hold beat for ultimates that can kill your team, that you can stop them from killing your team. You are getting no value out of beat, and you're thinking that you're doing really well at the end of the game because you have 56 beats applied. By the end of the game, you get a card for it and you look really good. You're throwing by beating the amount that you are. You're building beat fast, which is good. You should be building beat fast. I like it. You're fucking you fucking get that shit. But the issue is you use it on cooldown. Don't stop. Think. Don't just act for no reason. You think, oh, my beat can win us the fight. Okay. But their grav can win them the fight. And if you beat before they grav, then like basically what I'm trying to say is that against a better team, the Lucio wouldn't have gotten EMP'd. He would have beat. You would have beat to counter it, or you would have beat just to do it, and then they would have grabbed you and you would have lost. In that order, that's what would have happened. And the fact that you win this fight isn't because you're good, it's because they're bad. You can be better, but that doesn't make you good. Okay. It's not enough. They lose. Oh, I got beat on a couple people. Good eat. Arithmetic, you don't need to back away from him. If you're eating his ultimate, he can't kill you. As long as you have full DM, he's not killing you. You don't need to back away from him. Good. Absolute hard carried. Absolute saved your fucking ass. They're trying to get you to OT. Okay. That was chaotic and dumb. Okay. You're picking comfort. They're picking meta. They know what they're doing because they've been told how to play the map, and they're just bad, but they know what to play on the map. You guys uh, don't know what to play on the map or how to play it, and somehow you're winning. And I just, honest to God, cannot tell you why. I don't even know if you're better than this team. You're better than Azul, I will say that. Yeah, Azul is trash. Um, that's actually true. Sora, um, I wanna I wanna just point this out. Sora, in general, you're a really good fucking player. Really, really good. If you stopped wasting beat as much as you do, and I think you build out really fast because you're like just like amping the HP like really hard off cooldown. Um, but I can tell that your aim is pretty good. I think so. If you like practiced like when you should be using certain abilities and when you should be using your ultimate, you could climb pretty well. You wouldn't have to work on as much as a couple of the other people on your team, but if you worked on a couple of things, you could probably be pretty good, honestly. I want to hear your comms. Oh no. Why would you leave high ground? That's the thing that we were talking about earlier. Why just leave high ground? You get the same amount of value by playing with your team. Like it's not they're not even running double shield. Like you just die, you just give them a kill, like for no fucking reason. So what, you shoot a shield once or twice. You did that because you're egoing and you're a pussy. You can shoot shields, don't be a bitch.
Who?
Onyx.
Oh, yeah, shoot shield all the time.
If you're going to off angle, don't off angle in a spot where they can just like run you over.
Oh, you watched that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of a bad idea by him.
Huh?
That was kind of a bad idea by him.
Yeah.
See, he just gets in front line too much.
Like, why are you frontlining? You you realize your hit scan, right? Your bullets don't have travel time. You're like a mid range DPS. Why are you in front of your Rhine? You know you can shoot through your Rhine shield and they can't shoot through your Rhine shield? You know you don't take damage when you're behind your Rhine shield and it's up? So
Yeah.
why are you in front of your fucking Rhine shield? Why are you not behind your Rhine? Why is anybody not behind their Rhine shield? Your Lucia's the only one that's shooting through the Rhine shield.
And Zarya.
Is
I mean, Lucio's in the Zarya.
I mean, still, bro. Like, here's the issue that I have. I like that
You're
you're on the
playing
line.
Brawl and you're not grouped up.
Well, that's part of it, but the thing is like, I don't care. Listen, at this elo, at the elo that you guys are at, and the elo that you guys are playing at, I don't fucking care if you're grouped up. What I care about is the fact that you guys are putting yourself in random danger for no reason because you think you're playing Call of Duty. If you want to go play Call of Duty, go play Call of Duty. Don't play my game.
My game.
Stay behind your fucking shield, please, for the love of God. See? It's easy.
It's easy.
Easy.
It's
It's
easy.
easy.
It's easy.
Honestly, see, nephew, this is we talked about this like a couple days ago. Reinhardt, main tank, just in general, easiest role possible. It's just so fucking easy. You just MTD the shit out of somebody and then just fuck their team, like on cooldown.
Yeah.
Your team's here. You should have enough follow up damage to kill all of these players. This is a good shatter. I'm with this shit.
You fucking. Yeah, now you got Logan mad. Oh
I'm gonna fucking cry.
no.
I'm actually going to fucking
It's
cry.
the fact that he beat it in your face too. That's the funniest part.
I was just telling Sora like how how he could climb, like he's a good player if he just managed his fucking cooldowns and everything. Super fucking good, whatever. We have that to work on. I don't care about the beat. Fuck the beat. I'm pissed. Your Reinhardt has slept. Biggie, this is not your fault. This is your team's fault, and this is a GG go next. If this happened to me, if I was in Biggie's spot right now in a ranked game, I would uninstall. I would uninstall the game. You hit the fattest fucking shatter possible. There were 4 people down. Your entire team was there to do all the extra damage. None of them took any damage. Like it wasn't even like, oh, like you did enough damage and like there were like a couple people that were won. Nobody took any damage at all. Like at all. Hold on. Let me roll this back. Nobody took any damage. How is that possible? What the fuck are you guys shooting at? Dan LOS of the lamp, by the way. If you're behind this wall, then you can take poke, especially when they have the Junkrat hitting the ricochet can kill you. It's really frustrating, but you just stay in MO. Your supports can heal you. It's a bad MO, but it doesn't matter.
It's a whatever.
Okay, so I want to look at everybody's health. What I imagine is going on is you shatter 4. The sleep is right there, I think. The sleep comes out, the Rhine gets slept, and everybody shoots this Junkrat. You had ample amount of time to kill the Junkrat and do enough damage to kill everybody else. Shatter as an ultimate, as an ability, is just in nature a fuck off ability. Like, you are stunned forever when you get shattered.
Oh.
So this guy should be dead. If your Lucio was shooting at him instead of beating, then this guy would have been dead at like half a second earlier. Sora, who's in danger on your team? If you give me a good answer, I will give you $1 million fucking dollars. Who is in danger on your team? Legitimate danger. Who's in danger on your team? Even if somebody was in danger on your team, you need to be shooting at everybody else. Kill somebody. You can one clip somebody for free on the ground. You know how good that feels? You know how fucking amazing it feels to one clip somebody on Lucio? It's the best fucking feeling in the world. And you get it for free on the ground. They're just laying there, man. And you just press Q in front of 4 people on the ground?
I've never heard you hit your table that hard.
What have I walked into?
I'm giving a VOD review to Neffy's team and I'm losing my shit. Bruh.
Bruh.
I don't know what's more impressive. The fact that you beat it and this Ana naded herself with like literally 28, 25 HP like gone, or I don't fucking know, man. I don't know anymore.
That was a shit fest.
Oh look, he's finally dead, and your Lucio is now ending. Sorry if you okay, you get out. That's fine.
Well, this is where Biggie
Why
sprays.
why are you guys playing Ryan? Why is either
That's
team
what I
playing
was gonna
Ryan?
say. These comps are kind of cringe.
It's been cringe. Like it's you know what? We're not talking about comps anymore. I can't fucking handle it.
So wait, is this the team that Neffy is coaching?
No, Neffy's play. This is Neffy's high school team,
Oh.
and they're
Which one?
playing in a league.
Which one's Neffy?
Yeah,
Not none of them.
I
He didn't play
technically,
in this.
I technically wasn't allowed to be in this because I joined later.
Is
I can
there
be in the
is
next
there a
one.
rank limit? Like
Um,
if you're like GM, then can you still play
I'd
with your
have to
team?
ask them. I'd have to ask them that.
Hmm.
But I know most high schools are like gold.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think one high school's like diamond, but that's about it.
Nah.
I don't even think a high school's diamond actually.
What?
I don't even think a high school's diamond.
Mm.
That'd fucking amaze me if a high school's diamond in Illinois.
Oh wait. I'm sorry, I just thought of something. Do you guys mind if I tell you something real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, we just won our last collegiate match.
Okay.
Oh.
Guess who we played?
Who?
Ball State. Guess who their coach is?
Who?
Lemon Drops.
No
No.
fucking way.
We
There's
absolutely
there's
we
no
absolutely
way.
rolled them. Yes, he is.
There's
He's a
no
coach for the
way.
team.
There's no way.
He told me he's plat now. He's not bronze anymore, which actually makes sense. He was actually pretty good. But yeah, but even when because he was messaging me after the game, he was like talking about like, yeah, they said I couldn't be on the team, but it's because I'm a one trick, even though I'm a higher SR than our off tank. And I was like, why are you telling me this? Why are you trying to prove yourself to me right now?
Bruh. What the fuck?
There's
Yeah.
no way that he can be a
Dude,
coach.
that's actually crazy.
There's
Yeah.
no way that he can be a coach. That's just
Oh yeah, he was telling me like about like all like he wants them to start learning double bubble and stuff. I'm like, they need to learn how to play the game first because we just rolled them for 3 maps.
They need to
So
learn how to play like fucking any composition before they
Lemon
learn
needs
how
to
to play
learn how
double
to play
bubble.
any other character but Diva before he fucking
Double
Yeah.
starts.
bubble is really intricate.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I was telling them. I was telling them like like that's a tough comp to
It
just
yeah,
start
like it
learning.
took
You need to
Valor.
yeah.
learn
It
other
took
people's
us
comps first.
Valor fucking 3 months to learn that comp.
Yeah, honestly, like I played a scrim with them when they were learning how to play double bubble, and that shit was rough.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
like it's your basic. That's a lot of
and they have a
coordination.
top 500 coach,
Yeah,
so like I mean, and they're good players. Like they're like top of the line for the elo that they're in. They're top of the line players
yeah.
with a top of the line coach, and it took them 3 fucking months to learn double bubble correctly. Like it's difficult.
Yeah, we had a fucking hard ass time learning double bubble.
Yeah, I remember when Enforcers was trying to learn double bubble,
Oh, I
and
bet
like
that was a shit fest.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was way too much pressure on our supports. I think. Like,
I
it was
actually
just,
played really well in double bubble.
I actually really like playing double bubble. I
Yeah, I did
know how
too.
to play monkey in
Like
double bubble, but it's
it's
just
mostly mechanics and coordination.
yeah,
If you have the mechanics, then you're fine. But if you don't have the
I mean,
coordination, that's just
it's just like calling shit, just
well,
talking
yeah.
about
But
what's going
you
on.
also have to know where everyone is. You have to know where everyone is on the enemy team. It's
Well, you should be doing that
yeah.
anyway.
The comp that we found to be pretty useful and like pretty hard for people to counter in our collegiate game so far is Monkey Rush with Diva, Lucia Moira, Reaper
Like
Sombra.
6 man.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
6 men.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but that's what we've been playing.
6 man.
Yeah.
Some people call it shadow dive, and they call the other thing 6 man. But they're both really basically the same thing.
played the same way basically. Anyways, this is a shit wall. That's all I'm gonna say about it. If you don't know why it's a shit wall, then you need to stop playing the game.
Okay, well, not okay. That's a little too far.
Huh?
Little too far.
No, it's not.
Okay. Um. Yeah,
Okay.
that bubble, and then he just backed off when he got bubbled. Weird.
Uh,
No, we're the red team.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Your Ryan got bubbled and he ran away.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Huge
okay.
shatter. Huge pen.
Listen, you had the ability to block. You didn't have bubble up. You just used it. That's what we were talking about. It's all right. When you're playing Reinhardt, when you're doing the Ryan v Ryan matchup, I care personally, and a lot of people care so much more about whether or not you block a shatter, as opposed to whether or not you land one. You can get your shatter blocked all day, every day, but as long as you're blocking shatters, you're perfectly fine, right? Just learn how to block shatters. If you learn how to block shatters, then the other Reinhardt doesn't get an ultimate. The other team has 5 ultimates instead of 6 if you learn how to block Rhine Shatter. It's just how the game is played.
Walked out of ammo.
Okay? Yeah, don't ever walk out of him though.
Talaktanj.
Okay. Do you have window? You do have window. This would probably be a good time to window. Just window like right there. Um, your team can kill whoever's in there. They don't have shields, so you don't really have to worry about too much. Um, your May might be dead if you flash fanned. No, it's fine. So if you window here, you win the fight, but I don't think it matters. Okay, you did window. That's unfortunate. Window is a little bit slow. Um, big. Okay, so this is still losable. Don't need to chase him. Just wait for your team stabilize, hang out. Sorry, you need to be healing upscale. Like, I don't know why upscale still has 2 HP. I hope upscale didn't use his cooldown for that. He shouldn't have had to. Why is he still not full HP? Okay. You were given so much time to get your BAP healed. You weren't even in a fight. Nobody was doing anything. And your BAP was like 50 HP for no fucking reason. Why would you want to start a fight with one of your players with less HP than what they could be starting with? That doesn't make any sense. Heal up, stabilize, don't waste resources, let them come in, let them waste resources to come in, and fuck them up off cooldown. I don't know why you're not healed. Call it. I don't understand. You do have self healing, but like good. Good. Big eat. Just shoot shield. Good, good. Ryan, you're playing a little aggressive, but it doesn't. Oh, huge. Oh, Diva or May, please. All right, Neffy.
So
If I ever see Absolute play May, ever again,
I'll teach him how
I'm
to play Meh.
committing I'm committing a Class A felony.
I'll teach him how to play
I
Meh.
If I see another wall like what just fucking happened, I'm going to lose my shit.
I
Please
know.
tell me you saw that.
Yes, I know. I called out for it. He wasn't there in the VOD, but I called out for it.
Okay.
I'll teach him how to fucking play Meh.
What the fuck was that?
Holy shit, Onyx is popping off.
Yeah. I think I think I know what your issue is. I think every time your Ryan plays this game, he has a stroke. Watch the fucking mouse movement. I'm so serious. Watch him shake. Like watch him shake. What is that? Oh my god, he just Wait a second. Wait. Watch that. First of all, watch the mouse movement. Like why is he shaking so much? Why is he so shaky? Watch the mouse. Okay, all right. Good. I don't know how the fuck you win. Honestly, you didn't deserve that. Why are you not fire striking through window?
The window wasn't
If
needed.
you have window, oh, okay. Heal. Stop shooting. Upscale, please heal. Upscale. If I got you in my rank game, I would avoid you.
Oh? Damn.
Heal your fucking team, please. You just MO'd. It was a good MO. Your team was together. Nobody died from the tire. Good. Why are you shooting and trying to deal damage when there's already enough alt charge directly in front of you? It's like going to Wawa to fucking go get like one of the beef jerky bags when you have like a pound and a half of ribeye like ready and prepared in your kitchen. Why?
I have a question. What the fuck is Wawa?
Florida thing probably.
Yeah.
No, it's an
No.
East Coast thing. It's like it's on the coast. It's a gas station on the coast. It's just a gas station.
Names their gas station Wawa.
Yeah, it's Wawa. You never heard of a Wawa?
What are you gonna do? Waddle over there?
No, bitch, I'm gonna drive. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. Upscale. Long story short, I would avoid you. Like no shit, I would avoid you. If I was standing there, if I was your Reinhardt, and this was a ranked game, it was a good MO, but I would avoid you. Just based off of the fact that you did not heal after the tire alone. Just based on that fact.
Yeah, because you gotta realize, Immo only saves a little bit of your health.
Yeah, it does. It's like what, like 20% or some shit. Is it based off percentage? I think it is.
I think it's
yeah,
10% right now.
Yeah.
It's 10 or 15%.
Yeah. Either way, like I'm sitting here watching. Like after that tire went off, your team should be back up to full HP pretty much instantly. I know that you're gonna win here, but either way, like, dude, like, I'm a very strong advocate of like healers. Like healers and supports are two very different things, and like it's not always your job to just heal bot. But for fuck's sake, man, like, come on, you can't just ignore what just happened. Like I know that you probably used your shift and like you had like your AoE healing up or whatever, but that doesn't mean that you just like don't use your mouse too. You don't use your like healing. It's not like you don't just shift and like everybody gets like full HP instantly. You want to make sure people are like healthy before you do damage. Like you wanted to be doing damage. Doing damage is good, but you completely ignoring your team to try and get extra alt charge by shooting people when you had enough alt charge directly in front of you is pointless. Also, if you win this fight, then you don't need to worry about alt charge, so it doesn't really matter. Um, you wasted a lot of fucking time doing that. That, for whatever reason, is the first good beat I've seen you do. That was a good beat. Let's see if you did it as soon as you got it. See if you know it was a good beat. You did. You used it as soon as you got it.
The amount of ult charge he's getting, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so your Lucio, the reason your Lucio got ult there was because he was the only one healing.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I paused it as soon as you got it. Let's watch how quickly you cast. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself in the head.
Don't say that. Why?
I'm gonna fucking do it.
Why?
Dude.
Because he jumped off an edge?
No, he just. I wasn't even paying attention to that. It's just like. It's like you see the giant, like. It's almost like a notification. You know how some people have like the issue with like seeing the notification, they have to like clear the notifications.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like Sora visualizes the ultimate as a notification and he just has to clear it. Like I cannot understand why you would ever want to just be off of cooldown. Beat is such a powerful ultimate and such a powerful defensive support ultimate that it just like it doesn't make any sense to just use it off cooldown for no reason. It's like it's not even like the points where you're using it. It's like win or lose moments. They're like actually just for no reason. Like there's no actual reason other than oh I have my ultimate. And I'm not even gonna fucking talk about arithmetic and not getting their fucking ultimate because holy shit. Um, I think that's the end of the map though.
It is.
Okay, they hold on for a little bit, and that's it. Good job, but good win, but you didn't win because you were good. You won because they were bad. That's
Mind if
what
I
I.
add something?
Yeah, go for it.
I saw nobody ever play corner, a corner ever, or use
Yeah,
corner.
we talked a little
Okay.
bit about that early, but I was telling Neffy that I'm much less concerned about like min maxing damage at this point, and way more concerned about target priority and comms. And based off of what I'm seeing, like there's no communication.
Yeah. The only other thing I saw that happened over and over again is our Rhine charged a lot, and it wasn't always a bad charge, but a lot of times he would like charge into their team instead of charging like someone on their team into a wall or something. That's
Yeah,
short charge, and he got lucky that he didn't die like 4 times in a row.
yeah. I mean, that's always that's
Yeah.
probably a good thing to talk about in like a one on one. But yeah, no, I noticed that a little bit too. Um, I'm I'm way more. I think, huh? Oh. I think at this point in time, I'd be way more concerned about their aspects of like team play and listening to each other and trusting each other more than I would be about like individual mechanics and like positioning and decision
Yeah.
making. Other than like stay on high ground forehead, like besides that, I think it doesn't really make a difference. Um, I want to at this point, if I were to long term coach them, I would probably want to start slow and give them things that they can improve on short term, so that they see like an active change in their gameplay, and then give them more long term goals that they need to work on.
Yeah. So
That way, yeah,
so like calling out when you need healing, making
yeah,
sure to heal, using your big abilities
yeah.
effectively,
Yeah,
your ultimate
that's
stuff.
where. Yeah, exactly. That way they see, their like they get rewarded, more quickly because there are things that are easier to fix. So they get rewarded, and then they get the good feeling of, oh my god, I'm doing something good now. And then they want to feel more obligated to improve on the harder things, right?
Yeah. I think one big thing they could probably learn, like maybe not quite yet,
Yeah,
but just like using abilities to help other teammates. There was a lot of just throwing out abilities when, like, for example, the Zarya would just bubble the Rhine and nothing would happen of it. Like,
yeah.
bubbling the Rhine so that he can go aggressive is something pretty simple
Yeah.
that, you know, yeah.
I mean, and the yeah, bubble usage is like pretty big. If we're just like as like an open ended thing for Zarya players, you should always be bubbling to like save people and not
Mhm.
bubbling to get charge, because you're the most important thing when you're playing off tank, is to provide utility to enable your main tank, and you just getting charged to do more damage, Zarya go Burr type shit is not going to help your team in any capacity, because you're just going to like take extra unnecessary damage. You're not going to get the charge that you need because you're trying to bubble for charge, but like that's not the way that that works. Because like if you're bubbling to save people, then the charge will come with that, right?
Yeah. I
So
actually
yeah.
I think the bet like how bubbles are kind of used now is
Mhm.
you like have your Rhine go aggressive and then you wait for something like a stun or an anti to come out. And then you use the
Mm.
bubble to cleanse your Rhine.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's like higher elo where people are
True.
actually going to like punish the Rhine harder. Um, but I think the Rhine player needs to learn how to pace correctly and when they're actually in danger. And I think the Zarya player needs to learn the same thing, except needs to learn when their Rhine is in danger and when he's not.
Hmm.
Because I mean, ultimately your Rhine player can not be in danger and still be frontlining in front of like six people, right? So you can't just like bubble your Rhine off cooldown, while he's frontlining in like a 6v6 flat team fight. You can't just bubble your Rhine off cooldown because what if he gets charged? What if he gets stunned? What if he whatever, right? Or like what if like a tracer is like flanking and like on your supports, and your supports call for a bubble and they don't get it, or your supports call for help and you can't bubble or whatever, right? Um, which is part of the reason why you run um, Brig on a Zarya in a cluster when you're playing double bubble, because Zarya can just like defend and give bubble to Winston off cooldown and like help defend with the brig, help defend the honor with the brig. It's like
Logan.
really easy. What?
Soda just told me, are you getting coaching from Logan? He sucks ass.
Damn. Soda does not like me, man.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Damn. That's weird because I like Soda. You know, I think he's a homie. I
I was
think
like,
you know.
he has a lot of game sense. What the fuck are you talking about? Like
Yeah.
almost as much as like he could probably be on Valor. That's how much game sense he has.
Yeah, he has almost as much game sense as me.
All right, Sock. Pull
And
your
me.
fucking jets. Pull your fucking jets, Chief. Yeah, man. I mean,
Bro, I
I
don't.
don't know. You should tell him that I think that he's a cool dude.
Holy
Tell
shit!
him
Can't do
tell
anything
him that
with
I said no matter what he thinks of me, I think he's a cool dude.
it. Okay.
Yeah. I want to make him feel like a fucking piece of shit for being an asshole to me. I actually do think he's cool. I just he's funny. He's just he's got the wrong impression of me, man. I also kind of like look up to Des and Andrew in like a sense, even though they're younger than me. I look up to them in terms of um, the like the feats that they've accomplished as far as Overwatch and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Fucking Andrew gets fucking top 500 and then quits Overwatch.
yeah, I know.
No, he was top 69 and quit Overwatch.
Yeah, he
When did
peaked.
he quit?
He peaked rank 69 a while ago. He still
Oh.
plays here and there, like with friends or whatever, but he doesn't really play the game. He's been playing Apex a lot.
So, do you all just have Des coaching Valor?
Yup.
Yeah.
That's actually something I was gonna ask you about, Neffy. What do you think the chances are that maybe not now, but in the future, Des would ever want to like even just once coach our collegiate team?
0.
0.
Yeah,
Cool.
0.
Like actually 0, yeah. Dez doesn't really do anything unless it's for Valor. Like
Aw, hey,
specifically
at
Valor.
least Soda liked my stream.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Cool dude.
Mm,
He's kind of like Josh. He mutes me sometimes.
yeah.
Well, he says that he mutes me. He doesn't really, but.
Yeah. Josh just keeps you muted. That's not even like a mute you sometimes type shit.
He said very fun.
Yeah, you should get your high school team to uh see if they want like photo reviews or whatever, or if they want coaching. 'Cause I'd be down to do it.
All right.
I
Well,
also have a lot of other shit to do.
will you be awake in like 3.5 hours?
Maybe why?
Cause that's when our practice starts. If you want to watch us.
Um, if you record it, then I can probably watch it. Um, Tomorrow when you guys get off of school. Wait, tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow's
right?
Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Then tomorrow, you guys should all sit like you should all sit down in here and like let me fucking do this like live.
All right.
Because if they actually want to improve, then I can help them individually or as a group or whatever.
You know what? I'm just gonna type it later. Since I mean,
Um,
are you
Am
going,
I-
are you going to do more?
Huh?
Are you going to do the next game?
Do you want me to?
Uh,
I don't think they'll watch any more than what we've already done. You've been streaming for over an hour, right?
an hour and yeah, an hour and 44 minutes.
It's been 19 minutes in VOD.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
This is what happens when I fucking.
Well, anyway,
keep
there
up.
was the stream.
Yeah.
Hope you learn.
Hope you learn. Do the learn, please.
Oh fuck! I hope